What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Brand 5 Garage. I don't have any parts for LowMater, which you can barely see because I lost my little tripod thingamabobber. I'm going to show you guys all my projects that I have in the garage in order of importance. Not in any particular order, but I'm just going to show them to you, okay? I guess you call it a shop tour or a garage tour. This doesn't look like a very big garage, but I have 5 cars in here currently, one in the driveway, one on the other side of the house, and then little other odd and end projects. So we'll start off with LowMater. You guys have seen it, so that's LowMater. Stay tuned. In this episode, I'm also going to do a little side project that I've been working on for my kiddo. I started this one right before he was born, so probably about a year ago. Finished it right about the time he was born. Worked on it while this is a broom. I don't know why I'm using it as a microphone. It's been a long day. I'm using it as a tow rig to pull him around. So we'll work on that. We'll try to get that one wrapped up today. LowMater's on hold. I'm waiting on parts. Not going to make the deadline. I already told you guys that in the last episode. I apologize for that. But let's get to getting it. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, so you might have seen this in some of the episodes I've been filming. This little lowrider wagon right here. Kind of was inspired, actually, the LowMater build. I built this little rat rod looking wagon for my kiddo before he was born. I'm trying to learn how to weld, trying to be a good fabricator, so this was kind of the first project. These are all just tacked together here. If you can't tell, there's an issue with the steering here. I like the way it steps up. However, the steering is not able to turn very sharp. It hits there. So I'm gonna bring this up and over, and then that way the wheels can rotate under that loopy-doo thingamabobber. It's an old radio flyer wagon. My wife had it as a kid. I got a lot of cool ideas for it. This is kind of just the start. I want to mount some kind of model of a motor, some motor looking thing up there, build some kind of thing, and then I'm going to put a seat in the back for him to sit in, and then maybe some kind of sunshade, maybe not. I haven't decided on that yet, what I'm going to do for that. So that's what I'll work on later. I'll give you guys a tour of everything else that I am currently working on or may not be featured on this channel. Okay, so a lot of you guys have seen these in the background. This is my 2020 Polaris RZR, like a large go-kart. So this is that. It's got a wrap, bumper, fog lights, or like a light bar, lighty-do things. Wheels, tires, roof. It's got a windshield right there, half windshield. It's just bolt-on stuff. It's just a fun family cruiser. We take it out in the mountains and go rip around. My dogs are howling. Give me a second. Okay, so believe it or not, I've had a lot of questions about this rig. It's obviously extremely dusty. I should have dusted it as it just kind of sits out here. This is my 85 Chevy C10 two-wheel drive short bed. As you can tell, it's boxed in by stuff. But it is my first truck. I got it when I was 17. My dad bought it for me. It's kind of a project. Ran and drove then. I've had nothing but a blast building this thing, working on it over the years. I think it's lowered 6 in the rear, 4 up front, static drop, painted the calipers red. It's got Boyd Coddington 18 by 8.5 in the front, 18 by 10s in the rear. It's pretty much, the body's pretty much stock for the most part on the outside. It's missing the door handles because we primed it 10 years ago and I still haven't put them on because you just reach in and open it. It had marker lights here that we shaved off. This thing is straight as an arrow. Super nice truck for what it is. It is crazy to me that these have just blown up in value. Actually shocking to me, to be honest with you. Factory pretty much interior. It's got door panels. I just don't have them in. Me and this truck feud pretty frequently. I'll tell you more about that. So a little bit about this truck. Got it when I was 17 years old. Had nothing but stupid things go wrong with it. Got it, drove to high school for a couple months. The tires tried to fall off, 2 of them at the same time. Couldn't drive it for a while because of that. Forgot to put water in it when I was like 19 or 20 years old. Cracked a block. Actually, Put a new block in it a couple years later. Ran great, was driving great, taking it to car shows. People were loving it. It's a clean looking truck. They were loving it, having a good time. Guess what I did again? Forgot to put antifreeze in it. It froze up. I live over in eastern Washington where it gets rather cold in the winters. Froze up, cracked the block. I can actually show you that real quick. So for some reason I still have this block and I haven't scrapped it yet, but that rust line right there, that is the block bulging out towards us. So she's seen better days. That was a rather heart-wrenching thing to see because this is actually a nice motor. This is one I'm going to build. That's different. We'll talk about that one. No, we're not. We're not going to talk about that one. That one's just going to sit there. Okay, so back to the truck. So I had the motor issues, and then I had countless other issues with it. We put a 6-liter LS in it. I'll pop the hood for you in a sec. Do that. Got it ready, drove it last year. Steering was kind of funny. Got under it. Ball joint somehow wore out in the control arm. Ball joint just is loose in there. Obviously not safe to drive. So it's been sitting here collecting dust since. I'll pop the hood, show you guys the motor. Okay, motor's up. Or sorry, hood's up, motor's shown. So 6-liter LS out of like a mid 2000s, early 2000s Silverado HD. Wiring nightmare. Got it wired together kind of in a hurry. Obviously it's held together by bungee straps and stuff like that. Trying to get it running for our baby's gender reveal before we had him. I'll show a clip of that right now. But yeah, 6-liter LS. All the accessories are on it. It's got headers down there. You can kind of see funky little air cleaner I got from one of the auto parts stores. Not sure which one. Factory radiator. So of the original truck that the motor came out of. So it's a bird nest of stuff going on here. We got to get that cleaned up and get it probably to a wiring guy to finish all that up so it's safe, and because fires aren't very cool. It's got like a electric fuel pump, custom gas tank in it. I mean, the truck's pretty built. I'm probably gonna get going this winter. Hopefully, we'll see. Maybe this summer. I haven't decided yet. Obviously, trying to get a YouTube channel going with this bad boy. This kind of got put on the back burner. But yeah, we'll move on to the next rig. Okay, so that brings me to this. You guys have seen this a little bit. I've talked about it a little bit. I think I might have even worked on it on an episode. It's an 88 Mustang. 88? I think it was an 88 Mustang coupe. Really nice car when I started. Didn't know that Mustangs were worth as much as they are nowadays. Probably should have made it into a street car. Whatever. Cool race car. It's a blast to drive. We'll get in here, show you guys the inside. It's just a fully built stock car. Obviously, we had starting issues last race, and we blew a head gasket, so you could say I'm not super pumped with it right now. But yeah, it's just a full-on race car. It's got like a fuel cell in the back under this. The class runs street tires, obviously, and it runs street tires. You can't do a ton of the motor. You can do a little bit. You can have the head milled a little bit. But yeah, this is that. Super fun to drive. There's my sponsor, MASH. You guys are awesome, Matt. Appreciate your sponsorship. Couldn't do without you. We're going to get it back out on the track this year. We're going to miss the race this week. Family commitments, but we'll get her back out there. All right, guys. So up next, we have my 83 Chevy Monte Carlo. I think I've shown this to you guys before. Didn't really talk about it much. So this is my race car currently. This is one I'm building to move up a class. This is a V8 class. It's going to be full cage. I got all the parts for it. I just got to put it together. But once again, LowMater. So I got all the parts for it. Just got to do it. I mocked the fender up just so you guys kind of see what it looks like. These are some of my favorite styles of cars. I absolutely love these G-body Monte Carlos, Oldsmobiles, Buicks. They're just Pontiacs. They're just so freaking cool. But yeah, this motor my neighbor gave me. We're going to figure out that to go into something cool. Won't work for this, won't fit the class, but that's going to be maybe the next Brand 5 garage project. Once we finish LowMater, that'd be a fun build to show you guys that or something similar. So that concludes everything in the shop right now. I'll take you guys out front. Okay guys, so this, I'm going to talk quietly because my neighbors probably think I'm weird. So this is my 57 Buick Roadmaster 75, I think it is. Goal with this is to eventually bag it, put some kind of Detroit steel looking wheels on it, or some kind of rallies, and drive it. I mean, the motor's all there. The interior's seen better days. Let me get in there for you. Steps for the truck. So yeah, the interior's not in terrible shape. The dash, however, is missing. The guy who had this before the guy I bought it from bought it as a parts car and decided he was just going to take all the cool stuff, because the Roadmaster 75 had factory air, factory power steering, factory powered seats in a 57, which is pretty wild, and it had just like plush, pristine interior. This one looks like it was pink maybe, or tan, or orange. I don't know. It was 50 something. You're 57. So they did some cool stuff back then. This is that. The goal with this, like I said, is get it running, driving, and drive it. That motor inside the blue one might end up in this car just to drive it. That might be an issue. It's okay. But yeah. So that is that. I killed the video because there was a weird neighbor looking at me. Anyways, here's the engine. It's all there, so hopefully I can get it running. It's pretty rough. Lots of rust, so we'll figure something out with that. But yeah, but really, this is just a really cool looking car. Just love the way it looks. Give you guys a side view of it. Sorry, the lighting's gonna be kind of weird. I might just leave that brown white Detroit steels, slam it, call it a day. We'll figure this one out. This is not any rush to get this one done, but we'll work on it. That brings me to this is another idea of a project. I have 3 of these riding mowers that don't work, that would be awesome projects. So that may or may not be one of the next Brand 5 builds. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Oh, and in case you forgot, here's LowMater's nose, because she's a beaut. Put it right there, we're good. All right, guys, like I've said before, I'm a car guy. Don't do this for a living, I do this for fun. I appreciate you guys watching. This is super kind of just new to me. I'm not used to being on camera. I'm not really used to talking to a camera with nobody around, unless like my buddies show up and they talk to me. I don't have a lot of friends. This girl is skating by awkwardly, watching me. Anyways, but yeah, that's kind of just the gist of my garage, what I got, what I'm working on. If I do build it, I'm going to do it on this channel because everyone's into different flavors. But yeah, so the goal of this channel, I didn't really ever talk about, is to just build stuff, right? I have no experience building anything except Legos when I was a kid, and like some RC cars and some model cars. Cars are kind of getting, they've always been, you know, a hobby for people, but they're kind of getting more and more something to do, something to love in every aspect of cars. You got imports, you got hot rods, you got old trucks, you got older trucks, you got cars that should never be on the road again that some idiots like to work on and fix. You got race cars, other race cars. You just got every genre of car, right? My goal with this channel is to build every genre of car. Now, you might not like this build, or that build, or that one, or the one outside, or the one next to this one you can't see behind me. But hopefully you like something I build. These hopefully aren't my last builds. Like, I don't have a ton of time, but I'm out here any second I can. And I hope that I can keep this thing going. Having a blast doing it. You guys are awesome. I'm trying to get gear. I know I keep telling you guys, trying to get gear, trying to get it able to be purchased, because that would help me out. I got some mug ideas coming. I should be able to post my idea in the next video, maybe the one after that, just to get you guys excited, get you guys buying some. Let me know if there's any project you guys would like to see built. This is going to be a very, what's the term I'm looking for? Watcher-oriented builds. So I'm going to ask you guys for what you think I should do. Kind of like I did this with the name. I have a crazy idea in my head with Monte Carlos and G-bodies, but I'll let you guys know if that ends up coming to fruition or not. I've been talking a lot, so let's work on something. Cool. I'll talk later. But yeah, hope you guys like the shop tour. let's work on the little teeny tiny wagon. Okay guys, so the reason I also did that shop tour, sorry, last little bit of me talking, was I ran out of parts for LowMater. I'm waiting on parts to get here. I stepped on that. Ran out of parts. I didn't have parts. I had nothing to really do to the truck. I mean, I have metal, I could weld something, but I want to get the nose lowered before I really do the steering, which could have an effect, and before I mount the transmission, because I don't want the transmission mounted in the truck level with it like this when it's going to sit like this. So I need to figure that out. That's why the LowMater's on hold this week, but I'm going to build something. I'm going to work on something because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. We got to build. We got to get stuff done. When you have time in the shop, take advantage of it. Trying to inspire some kids to build. Just build. Go build. Build, 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 build. Okay guys, you guys saw me tearing the nose off, but then I had to put it back on because I didn't know where to put stuff. So I bent up this bar on my little Harbor Freight tube bender over there, intertwined in the other mess that is my garage. Put this little cross piece in right down here. You can see my ring finger pointing at it. And then this piece up here, that's gonna connect. Kind of looks swoopy and hot roddy. Kind of matches the line right there on the corner of the wagon. What kind of look I was going for. So yeah, it's going to weld right there. And then once that's welded in, I can weld a little extra bracing down to that crossbar-ish. And then I got to cut, I'm trying to hold this, but weld some bracing down from like here up and then down here up as well. Triangulate that in and then maybe into here because I want it to be able to rotate almost 180 degrees because it's kind of long. So I want to be able to turn it. Once that's in, I'm going to cut this step thing up I made probably off. Maybe use it for like decoration. I haven't decided yet. I like the way it looks, but it's also not very sturdy. And this is gonna be a lot more functional and kind of fit the style of the wagon. So I'm gonna keep working on that. Oh, and I cut that at an angle so it would fit flush. So it's flush back there and it's flush up here. Flush, flash, flush, floopity duppity doop. So, yep, that's where I'm at right now. Once that's in, I'll see if I like it. I really would like to cut some sheet metal where my pointer finger is and kind of fill this in with it with my dimple dies and make something cool there. So we'll keep working on it. We'll see where it takes us. This is all from my head as I go. So hopefully it turns out cool. If it doesn't, well, whoops. Okay guys, give you guys an update. I've been slaying on this thing for about a couple hours now. Well, it's there. So I got this piece built right here, welded on. It's pretty sturdy. I'd like to strengthen it up. And then I took this There's a piece of it. This stuff right here, I think it's 1/2 inch square tubing, just there. I pie cut it, or not pie cut it. So basically I took my grinder and I cut slits into it over and over and over to make a corner, but I left the back side of the metal, and then that way it folded right up. And I think you guys saw that in time lapse. I should have probably just explained it while I was doing it, but whatever. So that created this bend. That's really the best way to bend square tubing, I think. I don't know of any other way. And then I thought the idea of building a spider web would be kind of cool. I mean, everyone's done it, everyone's seen it. I've always wanted to try it, so I'm gonna do it. So that's the goal right here. These are the first two. I'll run one more here, or maybe one more, and then, yeah, probably just one more here. And then we'll start doing the little curved webby doos, and then we'll find a spider or something to put in there. But yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Hopefully the kid likes it. He's pretty little, so who knows, but whatever, worth a shot. Okay, so I was able to start the web. I don't like how little curved that is, but it's a spider web, right? So they're all different. So this is obviously gonna be the middle, and it's gonna come out this way. And I'll do the little loop-de-doos in between each one. All I'm doing is taking a piece of this thread. It's 3/16 by 3 foot weldable, salt, I can't read. 3/16 rod, basically just bending it. And then taking those pieces, so I bent it here, so I'll just cut kind of where my fingers are pinched, and then over here by the white tape or the tag that was on it. And I'll take that piece and I will put it in here like this, therefore creating more steps of the web. We're gonna go all the way down to here. I may or may not build some kind of little spider for it. I might just leave it, I don't know. I always want to build one of these web things. You see them on a lot of rat rods. I just think they're cool. I also need to brace it a little more, so I'm gonna think about that tonight. Well, I guess this is pretty braced. Nah, I need to brace something. Maybe here to here, and then, or down here to here. These I'd like to cut back, maybe run them into this. I don't know. I'll sit here, look at it tomorrow, and we'll work through it. So this is a fun little side project. I'm currently sitting on LowMater. I'd show you a video of it. So we'll work on this. This will be what I'll get done for the car show, the big car show I was excited to get LowMater ready for. But LowMater will be pushed back. We'll get that done hopefully this summer. Hopefully next month. I got a deadline, or a date that I would like to use as a deadline for the truck. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go take a quick tiger snooze, get up, and keep welding on it. All right, guys, good news. We got a ton done on the old Wagon, so I'll kind of zoom in and show you guys a little bit about it. Okay, so here it is. This air cleaner is not going in there. It's just didn't really have anywhere else to put it. So I didn't change anything up from how I originally did it a couple months ago. From here back, from here forward, however, I built this pretty cool web. I always wanted to build a web, like in a rat rod or in a car or something. So I finally was able to do that in this. So I'm gonna lap these off and then build a little bit of supports, I think like I mentioned, from here to here. Just because when you push on it, it's got a little bit of, not that my 17-pound child is gonna ruin that, but better safe than sorry. He is gonna get bigger, so it is what it is. I got a lot more turning radius now than I did. I am going to have to just nick this out a little bit and maybe build some structure inside here. Same thing here, so that it does turn more than it is, but it's got probably 3 times as much turning than it did before. It goes more one way than the other. Oh well. So this, we're going to say, once I lap that off, just do some braces. That's pretty much done. I do have some little headlights I might throw on it, and if I do, you guys will see that in an episode. All right, guys, as you can tell, I'm covered in dirt. I actually cleaned the shop, so that's nice. That's going to be it for this episode. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll have another one out next Friday. Here's a little sneak peek. Peek, not freak. Sneak peek. We're having sneak peeks. Got some parts in for LowMater. Appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Brand 5 Garage. Where's my thumb? Boom!